On July 21st, 2024, a 23-year-old YouTuber named Christian Durante uploaded a video that left the entire community open-mouthed. It wasn't a fun challenge or a prank, but a real experience of pure terror in the mountains. Christian usually uploads highly varied content, from heavy pranks to outdoor challenges, always accompanied by his girlfriend Gia. But what they published that Sunday broke all the molds of his channel. Christian was just coming out of a streak of poor health and thought that a hike along the Appalachian Trail with Gia would be the ideal option to clear his head. The path was completely deserted that Saturday. There wasn't a soul around, just the two of them surrounded by nature. Everything was going perfectly until a man in a hoodie crossed paths with them heading in the opposite direction. Something normal when hiking, right? Well, pay attention to what happened next.
This is our first time ever hiking, so I don't really expect us to be super clean with it,
The dude's wearing a hoodie.
I don't know why he's wearing a hoodie.
That's weird.
I don't even think that's a trail. That's not even a trail.
That's weird.
And why is he wearing a hoodie, sweatpants, and that's way too much, bro.
Out of nowhere, things got strange. The same guy in the hoodie appeared behind them. He was following them closely, slowing his pace to hide it, but always staying right at their backs. Fed up with looking out of the corners of their eyes, Christian and Gia decided to stop and step aside to let him pass, thinking it was better to have the suspect in front of them than watching them from behind. The man overtook them, but suddenly stopped dead in his tracks, turned around, and dropped a very bizarre comment on them.
That guy's back. Should we let him pass?
Yeah, maybe. We'll just stop and let him pass.
Yeah, we're gonna let him pass really quick.
I'm gonna get something out of my shoe.
Okay. Why do you always have something going on with your shoe?
Cat hair.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you, man. She's just taking stuff off her shoes really quick. You good?
Yes. So weird. Just made a weird face.
That was weird. All right, come on, let's just go. Hopefully we see more people on the trail. I mean, we did let them pass, so.
In order not to become paranoid, the couple tried not to give it too much importance. They thought that maybe the guy was just weird or lacked social skills. They gave him the benefit of the doubt and continued on the route.
Babe, look, it splits. Yeah, I know. So if he's going that way, we'll probably just go this way. Alright. That's perfect then. We lost the creep. Alright, he's not a creep. We don't know if he's a creep. Maybe he's just asking. Yeah, he was probably just worried or...
Shortly after, they crossed paths with other hikers, which brought their souls back into their bodies, a sign that there were normal people in the area. But the relief lasted a very short time. Further ahead, the trail split into two. Christian and Gia took one direction, and the man in the hoodie took the other. But, magically, the guy appeared again on the couple's path, right ahead of them.
I thought he split on that trail already.
Should we leave?
No, we have to get to the top.
Okay, well,
I swear the trail split, and it's two different trails, right? Here, take your phone.
I don't like that. I'm kind of scared.
I know, that's our second interaction with him. I think he's like
trying to talk to us too.
I know he's I think look at him. He's like purposely slowing down so that like yeah, he's over there. You see him?
Maybe that's like what we heard. Him coming back around.
Oh, that noise, right?
By this point, there was no longer any doubt. This man was hunting them. Christian and Gia spoke quickly to put together a plan. They didn't want to start running and let fear win, so they decided to keep moving forward carefully and stick to the first group of people they found at the summit. But something so intense happened that they couldn't even reach the summit. Watch the fragment.
Because we're probably going to see him at the top, right? Like,
I mean, that's the only end place. Yeah, is the top. Hopefully there's more people up there so it's not as weird. Well, if we get to the top and then we see people that's coming down, we'll just walk down with them. so it's not as weird. What's up, man?
You guys are so cute.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, we just... Alright, come on. Okay, that was the last straw. We're heading back. There's no way we're finishing that with that guy on the trail. Do you guys hear what he said? I know, he's not coming. He is coming. Here, wait, just speed walk, because like, yeah, if you get hurt. Yeah.
What occurred in those seconds changed their plans completely. Forget about the summit. The only goal now was to return to the car as soon as possible. They walked in a massive hurry with their hearts in their throats, watching every tree and every shadow. Finally they reached the car, locked themselves inside, and tried to calm down. But the worst came when they looked at the windshield. A note had been left for them.
How did they even get there, bro?
I don't know. Gonna get it off so it doesn't fly off in the
Here,
road.
hold this. Yeah, I don't want to get out because like, he might be here.
What? Wait, what does that say?
You guys are cute. I'm a big fan. Smiley face. That's literally what that guy said to us on the trail.
It turns out the stalker was a fan. Think about the severity of the situation for a second. This subject recognized the YouTuber, pursued him deep into a forest, cut off their path several times, and, to top it all off, reached the car before them to leave them a message. That isn't admiration. That is a dangerous obsession. In psychology, this behavior fits with erotomania, a delusional disorder where someone convinces themselves that they have an intimate and special connection with a public figure, even though it is all just in their head. The alarming thing is that these behaviors can turn violent from one moment to the next. Furthermore, the fact that he knew exactly where the car was parked proves that there was millimetric planning. One thing is certain, if Christian and Gia ever return to that trail, they will never look at a stranger in a hoodie the same way again. Most of those who head into the woods on a motorcycle look for the same thing: freedom, speed, feeling the wind, and enjoying outdoor life before we grow old. The Moto Wild channel is dedicated precisely to transmitting that vibe: extreme stunts, crazy reactions from the riders, and the occasional trouble with the authorities. But the video they uploaded on this occasion shows a Russian motorcyclist who barely lived to tell the tale after heading into a forbidden zone of the forest. The rider was doing what he loves most: traveling down a completely new trail, looking for virgin terrain for his collection, and recording everything with his helmet camera. Suddenly, he spotted something strange on the path that caused his alarm bells to ring.
Алло, алло. Kam potečete? Kapa se. Is this the height of fucking neck, man? Hello? So... Hello? So he was literally doing the trap, man. I have an idea. I don't need this. Maybe I should hide it. I have an idea. Let's keep on going. Oh, gas leaked out.
Someone had already passed through there and had left him a little gift. They didn't use a warning note, but rather steel cables tensioned from side to side of the path, placed strategically at neck height, perfect traps to decapitate or bring down anyone going fast. If this rider had been going flat out, as you usually do when you are relaxed and think the path is clear, the story would have ended in tragedy. Trail safety experts warn that hidden cables on routes are among the most cowardly and dangerous traps in existence. Traveling at barely 30 or 50 kilometers per hour, one of these wires to the chest or neck can cause instant death, breaking your vertebrae, causing internal hemorrhaging or deep cuts. The rider braked hard. He began to shout toward the trees to see if the culprit would come out of hiding, but no one answered. Only the wind and that awkward silence that warns you that you are in danger could be heard. So he put together a quick plan. He tied the bike to a trunk, climbed as high as he could into a nearby tree, and covered himself with branches and leaves. He waited patiently, without moving, watching the area. And it worked. The person responsible for the traps appeared walking calmly. What followed was a fight that the rider handled with a movie-like fury and control. He surprised the guy from above, knocked him down, subdued him against the ground, and this happened.
He's looking.
Rakleta kurwa turistična.
He's looking for that.
Zjemi sekera. Materinu.
He's adjusting that.
As you have just seen, the attacker was knocked out for a few seconds. The motorcyclist made him come to by using the engine noise in his face and demanded immediate answers about what he was doing.
Kaj s tabo? Kaj je s tabo narobe, ha? Zakaj to delaš? Kaj si hotel? Ti bi sekal glave, bi sekal, a? Zakaj si ta kabel postavil? Zakaj si kabel postavil?
Sem proti, da ne bi slučajno, ej.
Zakaj je bil kabel?
Ker se mi furate tukaj pošil.
In kaj si hotel doseči z njim?
Ti samo pa se ne vrača več tukaj sem.
Prišel bom še sem in če bo tukaj kakšen kabel, bom pogledal zemljiško knjigo in zvedel, od koga je ta parcela in najebil boš. Moja mami dela na nepremičninski, boš videl.
The subsequent talk lasted quite a while, and the guy only made silly excuses that led nowhere. The saboteur gave no logical explanation, but the rider found the answer on his own a bit further ahead. While trying to exit the thick forest, he saw a small cabin hidden among the trees. It was a very rustic wooden shack, the kind built by people who want to disappear from society and who hate anyone passing near their land. The rider stopped his progress, pulled out his travel axe, and began to break down the door to force his way in. And right there, the video cuts and goes to black. What was inside that mysterious shack? What makes a person spend their free time setting deadly traps to kill strangers? Those questions remained unresolved, and that is precisely what makes this video give you goosebumps. There are videos that go viral because they make you laugh and others because they show incredible landscapes. But the case you will see now became famous for something totally different, the pure fear transmitted by every second of the recording. On July 14, 2011, a small YouTube account uploaded a video of a bear encounter that today already surpasses 3 million views. The protagonist was a runner who knew these woods by heart, someone who felt at home on this terrain and who that day decided to go out to train completely alone. At first, everything went normally. The sound of footsteps on the dirt, the trees blocking out the sun, and the steady rhythm of the exercise. He even passed next to a couple of people going in the opposite direction, but didn't even stop to talk. He continued his route. The real problem came when he went deeper into the forest and, out of nowhere, a huge bear cut off his path. It wasn't far away or behind a bush. It appeared right in front of him. It was so close that the athlete didn't even have time to think. He turned around and ran like never before in his life. See the exact moment of the scare.
Holy shit!
Get the idea out of your head that bears are fat and slow. A furious grizzly can run at 56 kilometers per hour, meaning faster than the fastest Olympic athlete in the world. And the worst thing is that they maintain that speed on terrain full of rocks and roots where you would fall flat on your face at the very first step. When one of these bears decides to come after you, you are practically finished. This man did not look back even for a second. He moved his arms and legs with all the adrenaline in the world, trying to save his skin. The camera wouldn't stop shaking and the landscape looked blurry from the speed, while his breathing could be heard totally choked by panic. And then, by a miracle, the bear stopped following him. Perhaps the animal wasn't hungry or had just eaten, and the chase was just an impulse out of pure play or territorial instinct. Maybe the runner's noise and movements confused it, because when a grizzly sets out to kill for real, nothing stops it. It doesn't change its mind or get distracted halfway through. To be clear, this guy saved himself through pure luck. He came out alive not because he was a survival expert, but because the bear simply didn't feel like continuing to waste energy. And that small detail is the difference between returning to tell the story or never returning at all. Imagine a perfect day riding your bicycle down a beautiful path. To one side of the trail runs a river that can be heard perfectly among the trees, creating the ideal environment to forget about all your problems. Out of nowhere, the peace is shattered when a cyclist accidentally collides with another at a very low speed. A gentle scrape, the kind that happens all the time on busy routes and normally gets settled with a "sorry," and everyone goes on their way. But this time, things got completely out of control. Look at the reaction.
Holy shit, that's pretty.
That's so good.
Oh, dude. Yo.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean it, eh? I mean, like, if you're making fences, like, might as well make them nice. Nice fences are nice. And you guys are fast as fuck. I like it. I like it, guys. It's good. Really good. I mean, I've never seen that one. Who's the bitch? Which one? Which one is the bitch? No, no. No. No, what the hell? Who's the bitch? What the hell? Oh, you're the bitch? You? No.
Yo, dude, what
Show
do we
me
do?
your bitch.
What do we do? What do we do, man?
Who's the bitch?
What do we do?
The way the older cyclist reacted was so exaggerated that you will find it hard to believe. The man didn't just start screaming like crazy. He grabbed the other subject's bicycle and threw it directly into the river. Yes, he threw an expensive bicycle into the water over a simple accidental scrape. Psychologists explain that these outbursts of extreme fury are known as disproportionate aggression. Sometimes they are connected to anger issues or, when dealing with older people, changes in the brain that prevent them from controlling their impulses. Whatever the reason, this man completely lost his head in 3 seconds. One would think the story would end there, but the man turned around after walking a few steps, imagined he was being insulted again, and returned even more furious to look for a fight.
We're not talking.
Your bike? That bike?
No.
That bike in the river? Hey, you want to try?
Dude, get the fuck away from me! You bitch! Dude, we don't want to cause problems. No, dude, please.
You just
please
said
stop.
it again, man.
Because you're hitting me, please. Buddy, stop. We don't want to fight. We're scared. Come here.
Run in
Buddy,
the nuts.
please stop. Please.
You do that again. You go in the river.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You
I'm sorry.
hear me?
Yes. We're sorry.
Do you
I'm
hear
sorry.
me?
I hear you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There's 2 bikes there. He could be in the river.
Okay, we're sorry.
I'm an asshole. I'm a bitch. But I won't do it because you're young as fuck.
We're sorry.
I'm 48.
I'm really sorry, man.
You want to do it again?
No, we're sorry.
The incredible thing about the video is how the affected cyclist handled the situation. Although at first he also shouted a bit to defend himself, he quickly changed his strategy and tried to reason. He did what we would all want to do at a moment like that, but which almost no one achieves in real life. The YouTuber kept his voice calm, did not get aggressive, and let the other vent without falling into his game.
Chill, man. Okay?
Hey, you know there's a cougar around here. The cougar is chasing people.
Okay.
I don't know that cougar. But watch yourself, boys.
Okay, really careful.
Watch yourself, boys.
Really careful.
You want to punch again?
No.
You want to kick? Show me your skill. You
No.
want to go in the river with me?
Man, I'm really
Hey,
sorry.
you want to go in the river with me? Swim maybe? You want to swim because biking is boring?
We're not trying to cause anything.
We'll leave, man. We'll leave.
Hey, you did one fence, two fence. Bitch, you called me.
The guy even apologized to him, not because he was at fault, but because he knew that sometimes it isn't worth being right if you are dealing with someone who isn't thinking logically. Sometimes, the only way to calm someone who is out of control is to let them win the argument. The angry man was not easy to calm down. He kept insulting and looking for a fight for a good while. But in the end, since there were no more bicycles to throw into the water, he ran out of energy and left. What makes this video so disturbing is not seeing someone angry, but the setting where it all happened, a peaceful and beautiful trail ruined by a completely ridiculous fit of rage. How would you have reacted if they threw your bicycle into the river? Leave it for me in the comments. We moved to June 5, 2014, at around 8 o'clock in the morning. A group of runners headed into the mountain to do their exercise routine without imagining they would end up face to face with a huge black bear. The normal thing when you run into a wild animal is that it runs away or attacks you head-on. But this bear did something that bewildered everyone. It stood planted in its spot, scanning the group with its gaze from top to bottom, like someone analyzing their rivals before landing the first blow. Its indecision felt totally cold and calculated. Pay attention to the start of the encounter.
Give it if we had it.
Hey, back. Stay. That's it. That's as far as you're going. Stop. Stop. Right now. Stop. But get ready to hit him in the head. We're going to have to knock him out. Look me. Jesus. Atta boy. Show us how you do it. Good boy. Good boy.
Wildlife experts explain that when a bear stares at you without running toward you, what it is doing is studying the situation to see if it is convenient to attack. In the world of nature, this is called a false alarm. But watch out, because the line is very thin. A bear that starts out being curious can turn into a killing machine in 3 seconds if it feels cornered or hungry. The guys tried everything to scare it off. They shouted, raised their arms, and followed all the tricks that the internet teaches you for these cases. But this bear didn't care about the manual. Instead of moving away, it got more aggressive, approached them even closer, and, out of nowhere, began to climb up a tree right next to them.
Fuck's sakes, that's cool, buddy boy. You just keep doing that.
You're the man.
That's it, boy.
Resuming workout.
A bear starting to climb a tree in the middle of a confrontation is not good news at all. It is looking for a physical advantage, gaining height to get a better look at its prey and, if it feels like it, dropping down with all its force upon them. The runners didn't need to be scientists to understand the danger. The human instinct has spent thousands of years learning to detect when a predator is ready to hunt. Everyone turned around and ran for their lives. They didn't stop until the forest opened up, the trail became wider, and the sound of the bear breaking branches behind them stopped being heard. When they finally stopped, they could barely breathe from the effort. They were saved by a miracle, because the margin for error that day was minimal. What really saved them was not carrying good gear or knowing what to do. What saved their lives was going as a group. If a single runner had been on that path that morning, the story would have ended very badly. So now you know, if you ever go through the woods and a bear doesn't get scared off immediately, don't stick around to see what happens. Maintain your calm, but move and get out of there as soon as possible. There are days when you simply need to get out of the routine and clear your head. Days where you feel like the four walls of your house are suffocating you and the only solution is to get on your bicycle, put on some speed, and concentrate so much on the exercise that your mind finally goes blank. That was exactly what this cyclist was looking for. The guy was flying on his bicycle, the road was clear, and the landscape passed by super fast at his sides. He had that great feeling of tranquility that only leg fatigue gives you. But the peace did not last long. Out of nowhere, a subject stepped out to the edge of the road and, before the cyclist could react, dodge him, or understand what was happening, threw an object at him to kill. What was flung at him was a solid metal pipe, thrown with all the bad intention in the world. If this man had reacted a second later, the blow would have sent him straight to the hospital. He would have fallen at high speed against the pavement, suffering severe fractures. But the strangest thing of all is that they didn't even try to rob him. They didn't take anything of value. Nor was it a traffic dispute with some hysterical driver or a planned revenge. It was the attack of a stranger toward a person who had done nothing to him, without any logical motive. These random attacks against cyclists have already been reported in several countries and unfortunately follow a very clear and disturbing pattern. The attacker looks for a lonely spot on the road, waits for a lone cyclist to pass by, and attacks with the idea of causing the greatest damage possible. In most cases, the police fail to decipher why they do it. Even when they arrest the culprits, their motives make no sense to a normal mind. Luckily, the cyclist had the cold blood to leave the camera on the whole time, which served as key evidence to find those responsible. Upon watching the video, what scares you the most is how normal everything looked. Just any road, a regular common day, zero warnings of danger. And it is that lack of logic that leaves you thinking after seeing the images. The fact that the cyclist did nothing wrong. He was just someone who went out for a ride in the wrong place at the wrong time. And for 1 second of terror, that was enough to almost cost him his life. What would you have done in his place? Leave it for me in the comments. Grumpy, which is how his community on YouTube knows him, has spent years uploading videos about cycling, road reviews, recaps of his routes, and the occasional complaint about city potholes. His channel has a loyal but quiet audience. His content has nothing to do with the Moto Wild TV videos we analyzed earlier. Here there are no escapes from the police or staged dramas. It's just a guy traveling through streets on his bike. But a video from December 2022 changed things suddenly. It all happened on a cold morning. The YouTuber was pedaling through a neighborhood he already knew by heart and where he had never had problems, until out of nowhere, a group of Belgian Malinois shepherd dogs leaped upon him. To give you an idea, Malinois are working dogs used by the police and the military. They are fast, incredibly strong, and react to the slightest stimulus. An adult Malinois has a bite force of about 195 pounds per square inch. And unlike other breeds, these dogs do not give up. When they bite, they dig in and don't let go. The animals slammed against the bicycle with so much force that they almost threw him to the ground. The cyclist had no time to accelerate or dodge them. The dogs were already upon him before he could understand what was happening. The owners came running a few seconds later, which seemed like the end of the problem, but controlling these beasts proved nearly impossible even for them. Watch the chaos live.
Okay. Get your dogs off me. Get your dogs off me. Jesus Christ.
It's not them, it's the puppies!
Fucking. You gotta get control of these fucking dogs.
Get him! Just hit him! Get him! Get him!
Stop it!
Fucking hell.
No, stop, get Don't you say. Get off!
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
The dogs were too hyper and obsessed with biting the bike and the cyclist. It took a good while to separate them and, in the meantime, the content creator had to stay completely motionless so as not to make things worse. In the end, the attack left him with a couple of light scars, torn clothing and gear, and a quite justified fear of strange dogs. But what became known after the aggression is the most interesting part of the story. Investigating on his own, the cyclist discovered that these Malinois were shelter dogs. They were with that family on a temporary basis while a charitable organization looked for permanent owners for them. The problem is that the people who received them clearly did not have the slightest idea of how to control dogs with so much energy and character. The foundation confirmed later that they took the dogs away from these handlers immediately after seeing what happened. Luckily, both Malinois ended up in the hands of professional trainers who actually had the experience and space to educate them. Today, the dogs are perfectly fine. The handlers apologized as soon as the cameras were turned off, asked the cyclist for his contact information, and paid for all the damaged equipment without making any excuses. You can tell they weren't bad people. They simply accepted taking care of animals that were way too big for them to handle. Physically, the YouTuber recovered 100%, but confessed that what spins around in his head the most is not the scare or the bites. As he himself said, "It's a good thing those Malinois were still puppies. If they had been adults, I wouldn't be here to tell the tale." Imagine the scene. You are taking a peaceful walk in the mountains with your partner and your small child. There is no rush, the day is incredible, and you just want to enjoy a moment together outdoors, like anyone does. Suddenly, you notice that something is moving strangely among the branches, and, upon fixing your gaze, you realize that it is one of the most dangerous predators in the world. This is what happened to a family of 3 people. What came next is the typical moment of absolute terror that no parent in the world should ever have to suffer. Look at the fragment.
Face.
He's following you, babe. Hey, bear!
Hey, bear! Hey!
Holy he's following us.
Oh!
Hey!
Oh!
Hey!
Oh!
Go home!
Oh! Go!
Okay.
Okay, you guys go up there.
Oh, come on! Don't run! Do not run! Hey!
Can we play dead now? Can we play dead?
Griffin, walk faster, please. Hey, bear! Following us.
Luckily, the family was able to come out unharmed when the bear finally decided to turn around, head back into the trees, and disappear completely. But this video is a reality check and reminds us of something that survival experts repeat all the time. In the forest, you are not always the one looking at the landscape. Sometimes, a beast has been watching you from the shadows long before you even noticed. The only reason you are watching this video today with a happy ending, and not a tragic news story in the newspapers, is because the bear decided on its own that this family wasn't worth it as dinner. And remember that, out there, wild animals don't always have mercy. Through these shocking accounts, it becomes clear that nature does not forgive mistakes or distinguish intentions. Whether by the unforeseen appearance of alpha predators, lethal traps hidden on the path, absurd human aggressions, or the disturbing presence of obsessive stalkers, trails and forests can transform into settings of authentic nightmare in a matter of seconds. In the end, these testimonies remind us that prudence, the survival instinct, and knowing how to react in time mark the thin line between a terrifying anecdote and a true tragedy. The only thing that really matters is returning safely to tell the tale. If you are passionate about suspense and want to keep discovering the most intense and mysterious footage on the web, don't stay out of the loop. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming compilations. Activate the notification bell so you are the first to know every time we upload a new video, and share this video with your friends and adventure companions. It never hurts to remind them what they expose themselves to the next time they head out into nature.